What's going on, guys? Rock here, and I got some more Gears of War 3 gameplay for you. This is Horde on the map Overpass, and these are actually rounds 49 and 50. It takes a really long time to play Horde, so it's kind of difficult to really record an entire game unless I did it in sections. But I figured I'd use the last two rounds to make a nice little 10-12 minute video. And I figured I would go back and do some more question and answer for you today. You guys really seemed to like that when I did it before and asked me to do some more, so I will, and we're going to do it to some Gears Horde gameplay. Horde's pretty fun. If you haven't played it, definitely try it out. It's very similar to zombies in Black Ops and World at War, and it's also very similar to Firefight in the Halo series, so it's pretty fun. It's wave after wave of enemies that you can just mow down and kill. But let's get right into the question and answers. Here is our very first question. Our first question is from Sleep and Skate. Hope I said your name right. What was your first game ever to play? Now, I'm assuming you mean video game. Surely you wouldn't mean the very first game, which would probably be hide and seek. I don't know, when I was a little bitty kid. First video game, easy answer. That was Pong, the original, very first video game ever to come out. Was Pong. If you don't know what Pong was, go Google it. It's a very simple tennis type of game. You bounced a little electronic ball back and forth on your screen, and that was about it. That's all we had. That was the very first game. I was probably, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years old, somewhere in there. I don't know for sure. But that was the first video game. Pretty good question. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we've got Flyboys117. What video that you have made means the most to you in terms of pride, caring, etc.? That's a pretty good question. Wow. I'm trying to answer these questions without thinking about them beforehand, you know, to come up with a pre-made answer. So I have to think about that one a second. That's really hard. I've made, wow, almost 600 videos now. That's a lot of videos. I've made a ton of videos. The only one I could think of that I think would fall into those types of terms would be one of the videos I might have made before the Call of the Community tournament. Not the ones after, but the ones leading up to it, like letting everyone know about it. Because that was a really good thing that I was a part of. I was very pleased to have been accepted and been able to participate in the Call of the Community tournament. Mainly because we raised a ton of money for charities. A bunch of pro gamers and YouTubers came together. We formed these teams, played in this amazing tournament, but most importantly, we raised a bunch of money for 3 very worthy charities, and that's something to be proud of. If we were a part of that, if you were a part of that, and donated or participated in any way, that's something to feel good about, that we were able to do that and use our gaming community to make someone else's life better. So that's something I'm pretty proud of, was my participation in the Call of the Community tournament here on YouTube and the videos that I made regarding it. So, good question. Next up, we've got a question from MIQQ00. I can't pronounce that. Rock, what was your dream job when you were younger? And what are you going to do next in YouTube before the countdown to Modern Warfare 3? What I'm going to do next before the countdown starts is probably very little. The countdown actually starts only about a week or so away, if that. And I'll probably just kind of take it easy and not do too much as far as regular uploads, because I'm going to start trying to get as many countdown videos as I possibly can already pre-made, so I don't have to scramble and do them every night before they're due to be uploaded. So I'll probably be working on the countdown videos a good bit and not uploading a lot to the channel here. But as far as my dream job, wow, I don't know that I necessarily ever had a dream job, because I mean, let's face it, who really wants to work for a living? I'd much rather maybe play games or something. But when I was younger, I did have a fantasy of a job, which was a DJ on a radio station, playing the hits. Rock 1055, you're tuned in to the Drive at 5. This is Van Halen. You know, I don't know, something like that. I just had this idea. I wanted to be a DJ on the radio. I loved what they did. They sat around and talked all day on the radio about music, and it just sounded like a really cool job. And at the time, that's something I felt like I wanted to do, but I never got into it. And I suppose it will always be a dream. At least I can fulfill some of it here on YouTube, right? I can talk to you guys. Alright, good question. Next up, this question via Twitter from Fatal Alaskan. He asks, with so many people on YouTube and Elite coming, where do you think commentaries are going to be at in a few years? Call of Duty Elite, I don't necessarily see that really impacting gameplay commentaries very much on YouTube. I don't think it's going to really take away views from gameplays. It's just going to be, you know, games that you have on a file share uploaded to a website. I don't think there's going to be any way for you to do any type of overlay of your voice or gameplay commentary on those. It's just going to be strictly gameplay only. So I don't see that really impacting what we do here on YouTube anytime soon. As far as YouTube as a whole, though, it's hard to say what it'll be like in a few years. YouTube time is kind of like dog years. You know, it's 7 years for every 1 year of reality. I don't know. It just seems that way. It really seems like I've been doing this a lot longer than I have. And to be honest, I get tired. There's days where I don't feel like doing anything, and I've been doing this a while, and it's hard to say, will I keep doing it for that amount of time? 3 or 4 years down the road, that's just too far for me to predict right now, and it's hard to say what the rest of the community will be like here on YouTube. I do feel there are changes coming. It's time for something to stir things up. I don't know what it'll be or who will do it, but something's got to change here on YouTube pretty soon. And I don't know, for all of you guys that are just starting out and trying to grow a YouTube channel, you know, it's tough. It's going to be hard right now, and I've been very fortunate to be where I'm at, but yet I feel like I'm not where I should be. You know, I feel like I should be somewhere different in the time cycle that I've been in compared to, you know, some of my peers that have been doing this for the same amount of time or even less. They seem to have progressed a lot further than I have, and that just kind of makes me, you know, think about what it is I do here on YouTube and whether or not I want to kind of, you know, keep doing it the same way. I don't know. We'll just have to see where it goes from here. I'm not going to try and predict anything in the future. I'm just going to try and keep doing what I'm doing and try my best to enjoy it. So that was a really good question. Oh, Pizza asks, if someone offered you $50,000 for your YouTube channel, would you accept it, and why? Yes. Hell yes. Absolutely yes. Is that plain enough? I would surely take $50,000. And one thing I want to point out, yes, that Berserker has been glitched out on that car this entire round, and didn't move until I went back there and started shooting it. And for some reason, the game audio poops out about that time, so you don't get any more game audio the rest of this video, just my lovely voice. But back to the question at hand. Yes, I would take $50,000, and why? Why not? Of course, that's a lot of money. Of course, I'd take that. I mean, you know, I can always go to my backup channel, and you guys that are loyal and follow me and really are dedicated and watch what I do, you'd follow me over there. I mean, I could sell this channel for the $50,000 and then go to my backup channel, right? So why not? I don't think anyone's going to be offering any amount of money for my channel anytime soon. But I thought that kind of tied in nicely to the previous question and where I see myself on YouTube, where I see gaming and commentaries in YouTube. But yeah, I'd sell my channel. If the right offer realistically came up, I would entertain the offer. I would not dismiss it without at least talking about it. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. If you're interested, though, send me a private message if you're legit, okay? All right, next question. In Lezovic, I guess that's how you pronounce that. How often do you play? I'm assuming you mean video games in general. I generally play, I would say, at least 5 nights a week. That's including the weekends. Lately, I mean, I haven't played every single day lately. When Black Ops was really rolling along there, I was playing at least a little bit each night. I usually, when I get home and get wound down and hop online, I usually play for 2 or 3 hours if I can. It's better than watching TV. Most of the stuff on TV is crap nowadays. There's very few shows that are really super entertaining. So I hop online and play video games. It's much more entertaining and satisfying than just watching television. So, you know, when I got a game that I really enjoy playing, I usually play every day for a little bit. And sometimes on the weekends, I'll play for extremely long periods at night, really late into the night, and pop up the old Monster Energy drink and go to 3, 4 in the morning sometimes. But it has to be a really fun game with a good group of people. But I would say that's how often I play. I think we got time for maybe one more question. Slave for Audio 622, what is your favorite college team and pro football team? Easy question. The University of Georgia, the Georgia Bulldogs. Go Dogs, that is my team. I follow the Dogs pretty closely. Love going to college home games there in Athens. It is a blast. And my pro team, that would be the Atlanta Falcons. I've been a long-time Falcons fan. And still waiting on that Super Bowl win, Falcons. You guys have let me down. Used to be season ticket holders for the Falcons. And haven't been to a Falcons game in a really, really long time. But that's my teams, Dogs and Falcons. All right, that's going to do it, I think, for this Q&A. We've run out of time. That was a pretty long gameplay there. So definitely that's a better choice, I think, for future Q&As is a longer gameplay to talk over. All right, hope you enjoyed the Horde. Hope you enjoyed the answers to my questions. Leave me more questions down below for a future Q&A video. I will see you guys again really soon. Have a great day, everyone.